I quit sugar for 14 days, and by day 4, something weird happened to my stomach. It looked flatter. Not shredded, not magically lean, but noticeably flatter. And the scary part? I realized sugar wasn't just affecting my weight. It was controlling my hunger, my energy, and even my mood. So what actually happens when you cut sugar for 14 days? How much of the belly fat loss is real fat, and how much is just water and bloat? Let's break it down day by day, using science, not hype. Most people think sugar is just about calories, but that's only part of the story. Too much added sugar can lead to energy crashes, stronger cravings, mindless snacking, poor appetite control, and that soft, bloated look around the stomach that just won't go away. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly what happens when you stop eating added sugar for 14 days, what changes are real, what changes are temporary, and the biggest mistakes that stop most people from seeing results. And trust me, the hardest part is not what happens on day 1. In fact, there's one phase during this challenge where people think the diet is failing when it's actually starting to work. We'll get to that in a minute. First, what counts as no sugar? Before we talk results, we need one rule. What exactly are we cutting out? Because a lot of people say, I quit sugar, but they're still drinking fruit juice, sweet coffee, protein bars, flavored yogurt, healthy granola, and smoothies loaded with syrup. So for this challenge, no sugar means no added sugar. That includes soda, candy, desserts, pastries, sweetened coffee drinks, sugary cereals, ice cream, sweet sauces, most packaged snack foods pretending to be healthy. But fruit? That's different. Fruit comes with fiber, water, volume, and nutrients. It doesn't hit your body the same way a donut or soda does. This matters because if you cut obvious sugar but keep eating hidden sugar all day, your cravings may stay high and your belly may not change much. Here's a stat that should wake you up. Many sugary drinks deliver a massive hit of calories without triggering much fullness at all. In plain English, you drink calories, your body barely notices, and you stay hungry. That's why cutting sugar often works faster than people expect. You're not just removing sweetness. You're removing one of the easiest ways to overeat. And wait until you hear what usually happens between days 2 and 3, because that's the moment most people cave. Why sugar hits belly fat so hard? Let's answer the main question. Does sugar really cause belly fat? Here's the honest answer. Sugar itself is not a magical poison that goes straight to your stomach, but a high intake of added sugar, especially from liquid calories and ultra-processed foods, makes belly fat loss much harder for 3 big reasons. First, sugar makes overeating easy. Sugary foods are hyperpalatable. They're fast to digest, easy to crave, and often don't keep you full for long. Second, sugar can drive blood sugar spikes and crashes. And when you crash, what do you want? More fast energy, more snacks, more sugar. Third, diets high in added sugar are associated with higher visceral fat. That's the deeper abdominal fat around your organs, the kind most linked to metabolic problems. And here's the part most people miss. When they say, I want to lose belly fat, they're usually fighting 2 things at once. 1, actual body fat. 2, constant bloating and water retention. That's why your stomach can look smaller in less than a week, even before major fat loss happens. You may not be as far from progress as you think. Sometimes your bell fat problem is half body fat and half inflammation, puffiness, and food choices. That's good news, because some of that can improve fast. Days 1 to 3, the withdrawal phase. Now, let's talk about the phase nobody posts about honestly. Days 1 to 3 can feel rough. You might feel cranky, tired, headachy, mentally foggy, obsessed with snacks, irritated for no reason. And if that happens, most people think, my body needs sugar. No, usually your body needs time to adjust. Think of it like this. If you've been eating sugar all the time, cereal in the morning, sweet coffee, dessert after lunch, soda in the afternoon, snack at night, your brain is used to constant reward. When that disappears, your cravings get loud. Mini story. Picture someone named Jake. Every afternoon at 3 p.m., he grabs an energy drink and a cookie. Day 2 of no sugar, he feels miserable. He can't focus. He starts telling himself this challenge is unhealthy. But the truth? He's not failing. He's interrupting a pattern his brain expects every day. That discomfort is often temporary. But here's the trap. People remove sugar and replace it with nothing. So now they're underfed, hungry, low energy, and angry at the world. That's why the smartest way to quit sugar is not deprivation, it's replacement. Use this formula at every meal. Protein plus fiber plus healthy fat. For example, eggs, avocado, and fruit. Chicken, potatoes, and vegetables. Greek yogurt, berries, and nuts. Salmon, rice, and salad. This keeps you full longer and reduces the rebound cravings that kill most diets. But here's where it gets really interesting. By day 4, many people feel a shift they did not expect. Days 4 to 7, when the body starts pushing back less. This is the turning point. By days 4 to 7, cravings often start dropping. Not gone, but weaker. That voice saying, "I need something sweet right now," becomes quieter. Your energy starts feeling more stable, and your stomach may look a little less puffy when you wake up. Why? Because your meals are likely causing fewer blood sugar swings. You're probably eating more real food, and you're no longer stacking sugar on top of sugar all day long. This is also when many people notice their mood improving. That's huge, because when you feel more stable, you make better food choices without forcing it. The biggest win from quitting sugar is not fat loss. It's getting your appetite back under your control. And once that happens, fat loss gets easier. But this week also has hidden dangers. Mistake number 1, replacing sugar with healthy junk food. Just because it says low carb, no added sugar, fit, clean, or protein packed, doesn't mean it helps your body. A lot of these foods are still hyper-processed and designed to keep you wanting more. Mistake number 2, drinking hidden sugar. Sweet coffee, bottled smoothies, sports drinks, juice, flavored oat milk, and even some wellness drinks can quietly wreck your progress. Mistake number 3, eating too little and then binging. If you're trying to white-knuckle this challenge on salads and rice cakes, you're setting yourself up to fail. You don't beat sugar cravings with willpower. You beat them with blood sugar stability, enough protein, and smart meal timing. Days 8 to 10, the belly starts changing. This is where people start checking the mirror more often. By days 8 to 10, here's what many notice. Their belly feels less full, their waistband fits better, their face looks leaner, their cravings are lower, night snacking becomes easier to resist. And this is the part where people get confused. Am I actually losing belly fat, or is this just water weight? Answer, usually both, but not equally. Most early visual change comes from reduced bloating, lower water retention, and better digestion. That's why your stomach can appear flatter quickly. At the same time, if cutting sugar lowered your calorie intake, reduced stacking, and improved appetite control, then yes, you may also be starting to lose real body fat. Here's the key. The mirror often changes before the scale tells the full story. Mini story. Imagine Emma cuts out sugary drinks, dessert, and her nightly cereal bowl. After 9 days, the scale only drops a little, but her jeans fit better, her stomach feels tighter, and she no longer wakes up bloated. That's not fake progress. That's exactly how sustainable fat loss begins. And there's another silent benefit happening here. Insulin levels are not constantly being pushed up by frequent sugary eating, and your body may spend more time in a calmer, less snack-driven state. No, insulin is not the enemy. But constant high-reward eating can keep you trapped in a cycle of craving and overeating. When that cycle breaks, belly fat loss finally has room to happen. But the most important result often shows up at the very end of the 14 days, and almost nobody talks about it. Days 11 to 14, the real transformation. By the final stretch, something powerful happens. You stop feeling like sugar is calling your name all day. That's a bigger transformation than most people realize. By days 11 to 14, many people report better control around snacks, less emotional eating, fewer cravings after meals, more stable energy, better hunger awareness, less bloating, a visibly flatter stomach. Now, let's stay honest and science-based. Will everyone lose a dramatic amount of belly fat in 14 days? No. If someone starts very lean already, changes may be subtle. If sleep is poor, stress is high, and calories are still too high, belly fat may not move much yet. But if added sugar was a major part of your diet before, 14 days can absolutely create visible changes. Why? Because you've removed a major driver of overeating, bloating, mood swings, cravings, energy crashes, mindless snacking. That's why this challenge works so well. Not because sugar is evil, but because cutting it often improves the entire system around fat loss. A huge final result almost nobody talks about. Your taste buds reset. Foods start tasting sweeter naturally. Fruit tastes amazing. Plain yogurt suddenly has flavor. Dark chocolate tastes intense. You become less dependent on extreme sweetness to feel satisfied. That's when the challenge stops being a diet and starts becoming a lifestyle shift. How to maximize belly fat results from a no-sugar challenge. If you want the best belly fat results from these 14 days, do these 7 things. Number 1, remove liquid sugar first. This gives the fastest payoff for most people. Soda, sweet coffee drinks, energy drinks, juice. Cut those first. Number 2, eat enough protein. Aim to include protein at every meal. It helps fullness, muscle retention, and appetite control. Number 3, don't fear whole fruit. Fruit can actually help you stay on track because it gives sweetness with fiber and volume. Number 4, read labels. Sugar hides in sauces, cereals, protein bars, yogurt, bread, and dressings. Number 5, walk after meals. Even 10 minutes can help digestion, blood sugar control, and daily calorie burn. Number 6, fix your sleep. If you're underslept, your cravings get louder. That's not weakness. That's biology. Number 7, track more than body weight. Use waist measurements, progress photos, energy levels, and hunger levels. Because if your stomach is flatter but the scale barely moved, you are still winning. A flatter belly is not always a sign you lost tons of fat. Sometimes it's a sign your body is finally under less stress from your food, and that is still a huge victory. The biggest myths that sabotage results. Before we wrap up, let's kill 3 myths fast. Myth 1, if I quit sugar, I can eat unlimited healthy food. No, you still need overall calorie awareness if fat loss is your goal. Myth 2, honey, maple syrup, coconut sugar, and agave don't count. They still affect calories and appetite. Natural doesn't mean unlimited. Myth 3, if I slip once, I ruined everything. Completely false. One dessert doesn't ruin 14 days. The all-or-nothing mindset does. If you mess up, don't restart next Monday. Restart next meal. That one mindset shift saves more transformations than any diet trick. So, what happens when you quit sugar for 14 days? Your cravings usually drop, your energy gets steadier, your belly often looks flatter, and if you do it right, you create the perfect setup for real fat loss to begin. Now I want to hear from you. What would be hardest for you to give up for 14 days? Soda, dessert, sweet coffee, or late-night snacks? Comment it below. And if you want more science-based videos that actually help you lose belly fat without falling for gimmicks, hit like, subscribe, and watch the next video on your screen. Because if you combine this no-sugar reset with one simple daily habit, your results can double. See you in the next one.